A story by C.J. Billion. This is too much. Francisca, a young woman from Ghana, finds herself trapped in an emotional whirlpool after her boyfriend, Joel, leaves for America with promises of returning to build a future for them both. Joel's absence, however, extends into 2 painful years of silence. During this time, Francisca faces shame, isolation, and abandonment, especially when she becomes pregnant again and her father disowns her, seeing her situation as disgraceful. Devastated, Francisca struggles alone, and tragedy strikes. Francisca tried everything to be okay but still didn't get any help. She was rushed to the hospital and lost her kid, after the death of the baby. This heartbreak pushes her to find a new path in life, determined to follow Joel's footsteps to America. Despite her pain, Francisca is determined to move forward. She gets help from a kind man who helps arrange her travel papers, and even though life gets difficult, she dreams of Joel constantly and even becomes strong. Her family, particularly her father, does not support her, and when she loses her baby, the weight of her struggles becomes almost too much to bear. Yet, Francisca clings to her faith, praying with her pastor, Andrews, who encourages her and reminds her of hope. Finally, Francisca decides to take charge of her destiny. She got to Ghana airport, traveled from Ghana to America. She travels to America, seeking to build a better life for herself. The journey is tough. She has to navigate finding work, often feeling lost in the unfamiliar cities and transit systems of America. Eventually, she lands a job as a maid for a white family, but the wife mistreats her out of jealousy over Francisca's beauty. Tired and emotionally drained, Francisca leaves the household, still determined to succeed. One day, while navigating the streets, Francisca runs into Joel, who is driving an expensive luxury car. She cannot believe her eyes. Hurt and angry, she refuses to let him explain, but Joel insists. He reveals how much he struggled in America, unable to find work initially, but never once forgetting her. His success came only recently, and he had been searching for her since. Francisca's heart was still full of pains and didn't even listen to what Joel is saying. Day in and day out, Joel meets Francisca, try to make sure she forgives him, but Francisca still doesn't listen to him. One day at a restaurant, Joel tries to talk to her once more, but this time around tears flow as they rekindle their love, realizing that despite the years apart and all the hardships, their bond had survived. Joel asks for forgiveness, and together they decide to move forward. They get engaged, and their wedding becomes a celebration not only of their love but of the strength they've shown in overcoming life's challenges. Even Francisca's father, who had once disowned her, is moved by her resilience and tries to reconcile with his daughter. The drama concludes on a hopeful note, showing that love, faith, and perseverance can help overcome even the greatest obstacles. As Francisca and Joel's wedding preparations begin, the couple is determined to build a life full of joy and peace. However, the scars of their past remain. Francisca, though she has forgiven Joel, still battles moments of doubt. She worries that the love they're rebuilding might not be strong enough to withstand the memories of their separation and the pain of losing their child. Joel senses her hesitation and tries his best to reassure her, making time to show her affection, listening to her fears, and sharing his plans for their. Meanwhile, Francisca's father, having heard of the engagement, reaches out. At first, Francisca is unsure whether she wants to let him back into her life. His harshness and abandonment when she needed him most had left deep emotional wounds. However, under the guidance of Pastor Andrews, Francisca realizes that forgiveness could be a key to her healing. She decides to meet with her father. Their reunion is tense. Her father, humbled by his own mistakes, apologizes for disowning her and for failing to be the father she deserved during her darkest times. Though it isn't easy, Francisca forgives him, knowing that carrying bitterness would only hold her back. Slowly, they begin to rebuild their relationship, though it takes time for the trust to fully return. As the wedding day approaches, Joel receives an exciting job opportunity that could change their financial future for the better. It seems as though their struggles might finally be behind them. However, just days before the wedding, Francisca finds herself overwhelmed by a deep sense of grief for the baby she lost. She fears that the wedding symbolizes a new beginning, but also the final letting go of the child she never got to raise. She confides in Pastor Andrews, who encourages her to hold on to the memory of her child, not as a source of pain but as a piece of her journey that led her to where she is today. On their wedding day, under a warm sun and surrounded by friends and family, Joel and Francisca exchange vows. Joel's eyes never leave hers as he promises to love and cherish her, no matter the obstacles. Francisca, her heart full of hope and peace for the first time in years, promises the same. At the reception, her father, standing awkwardly at the edge of the celebration, finally approaches her. With a tearful smile, Francisca takes his hand, pulling him into the circle of her new life, letting go of the past while embracing the future. Joel and Francisca's journey from despair to redemption is one marked by forgiveness, faith, and resilience. Their wedding is not just a celebration of their love, but of the strength it took to overcome the immense hardships that life had thrown at them. Despite everything, they have emerged from their trials stronger, bound by a love that, though tested, has only grown deeper. And as they begin their new life together, they carry with them the knowledge that no matter what challenges lie ahead, they have already survived the hardest ones, side by side.